Welcome everyone, this is VCQ, and we're back again today with some more Age of Mythology Pillars of the Gods campaign action. We're still going through a Ludicrous run here, and today it'll be number 4, the God Trap. I think this one was more of a puzzle type scenario, from memory, as opposed to base building.
Too late. Zhiyu is already. But what?
Trying to remember. From memory, I think this one was more of a puzzle type scenario.
Tangjie, what does Zhiyu want? Why would he join Huang Zhaowu?
Zhiyu once rebelled against Huang Di. I fear that with Huang Zhaowu's terrible victories, the war god has resumed his rebellion. Guardians, held prisoner against their will. We must free them from our enemy's grasp.
Okay, you need to run away. Okay, that's fine. So with a bit of micro here, it should be pretty straightforward. Very happy I didn't run straight into there. Down swordsman, halberdiers, fire archers. Okay, we'll go that way. Yeah, from memory, we grab everything, and then there's like a temple somewhere here, and then further on to the right, then we got to go through all of that army up the top. This will be pretty straightforward. Well, that's not meant to happen. So I want to be microing my heroes here. Okay, I want to bring you back. I want to bring you back. Damn it. I'm really not happy I lost that myth unit, to be honest. Pretty upset about that. Well, there's no use in complaining, just gotta try and get better. Ah yes, and we get god powers from visiting the statues. That's a fairly long way to travel. That's alright. Where's my pioneer? I have 2 pioneers. That's much better. I have to watch out for those myth unit attacks. I don't think there was any right way to explore in this. Scenario, but we're gonna go around. We're gonna visit everyone. We're gonna try and free as much as we can. That's pretty strong. 42, 61. Seems pretty strong to me. Multiplier against pretty much them. But, I mean, you do get a Bayou, so maybe here would be better first and then double back If I had one of these sort of tanking at the start, that's pretty much like a chimera. Far out. Alright. I mean, 5 units here, it's kind of a no-brainer.
Are protectors of temples and loyal fighters. That they are imprisoned.
Okay, getting a Baihu is pretty good. Leaps towards the enemy, immobilizing it, and deals a series of attacks, throwing many other units away. I think that'll be good for tanking these guys. So yeah, this will be pretty straightforward. We'll go around, grab all our allies, save all our god powers, and then use them all at the end, and it should be pretty straightforward that way. I can't anticipate I'll need many attempts at this level. I want you to go in, and I want you to go in. I'll be pretty angry if I lose you, but I shouldn't. Okay, so now we got 2 of them. We'll just do some scouting while I heal up.
Even in this remote place, Shenlong is with us. By visiting his statues, the gods will grant us their mighty powers.
A lot of myth units.
The gods bestow upon us Vanish.
So that'll be pretty straightforward. It's pretty important to use your Pioneer properly to be able to scout what the enemy's got. It helps you formulate what units you want to keep, what units you want to send first into battle. The tower's nothing special, but what is that? Just Halberdier and Chuko Nu. So you two plus you guys should be perfectly fine for... Oh, hang on, maybe not. Okay, I changed my mind. I want to drag these guys in. Okay, these halberdiers should just munch everything down. Okay, and that should just be pretty straightforward. Nice. Minimal casualties. We'll grab the god power here.
The gods bless us with lightning weapons.
Lightning weapons is pretty good. That'll give us extra stun. Or perhaps stun ability.
All hoofed creature is its healing. Rare and auspicious sign. Appears to be distressed.
Healing unknown their gentle
That's gonna get wrecked. Run away.
shows that Huang Zhao has no respect for anyone.
Yeah, that's not good. Definitely gonna lose a fair few soldiers here. Okay, that was something I completely forgot. That if I do use some of these sky lanterns, it will automatically start triggering attacks or events to happen. So if that happens, I have to move quick. So I was pretty lucky I managed to keep one of these Quilin. Heals nearby units, which is kind of nice. Yeah, and it's an area heal, which is passive. So I gotta remember that next time I decide to jump into battle there. Still got quite a fair few halberdiers.
We have been granted the power of fey beasts.
So we want to take these guys out first, just by ourselves. Yep, and we should take minimal casualties from this. That's a passive heal. Oh, actually, I do want to avoid that.
Tao Wu. These wicked creatures are a bad omen. We must tread carefully.
Okay, I definitely want to avoid jumping straight into battle. If these myth units start chowing down on my army, I will be in trouble. I do have a lot of sages, heroes, and a couple of pioneers to sort that out, but there is no rush. Okay, beautiful. Got some more yachts there. Plus some javelineers. Okay, no extra wood given in my stockpile. That's alright. Let's get a pioneer. Now I could try and take this down piece by piece, or maybe a god power here might be useful. But I had 2 pioneers.
准备好了，
I've only got 1.
遵命。什么？出发。是的。
I just want to make sure if I rush in, there's not like 2 or 3 batches of reinforcements just sitting there. Yeah, see, that needs to be dealt with first.
什么？出发。遵命。准备好了。出发。遵命。出发。请遵命。出发。
Okay, you guys sneaking across the side here will be fine.
出发。遵命。出发。遵命。出发。遵命。
Okay, beautiful. So supposing I get in here and then these guys just jump into battle, then there's a lot of things to micro.
遵命。出发。
So I want you guys on there. Uh-oh.
请下命令。出发。遵命。请下命令。
Holy crap, they already took out 1 of them. They took out 2 of them.
准备好了。
That's bad micro by me.
准备出遵命。是的。开战。准备好了。
Okay, I played that very bad. That was terrible.
下命令。出发。
The halberdiers can run away.
是的，请下命令。是的，出遵命。出发。遵命。请下命令。出发。
Far out.
是的。是的，出
I
发。
copped a lot of losses there. That wasn't good at all. Okay, I got back a fair few halberdier. I got back some of the yachts there.
出发。遵命。
But I lost a lot of sages.
好了。准备好了。
I lost a lot of sages, and more importantly, I lost those 2 Baihu. That actually aggravates me quite a fair bit.
什么？遵命。出发。
Even though they were pretty tanky, the Dao swordsmen were just as, if not more tankier than that.
准备好了。是的，遵命。出发。
Oh,
遵
jeez.
命。
With a limited number of sages,
请下命令。什么？出发。遵命。出发。遵命。
gotta be very careful.
出发。遵命。
3 sages should be sufficient.
遵命。出发。遵命。出发。请出发。准备好。出发。遵命。什么？出发。遵命。遵命。出发。是。出发。
Okay, that was a good. Okay, we should be able to escape that unscathed. Nicely done. Got a bit worried then.
请下命令。遵命。出发。请下命令。遵命。什么？遵命。
Okay, that was a good save.
请下命令。什么？出发。遵命。出发。准备好了。出发。是。遵命。出发。遵命。出发。请
The gods bless us with lightning weapons.
Now, if it's just Myth units, I can take that on.
遵命出发。什么？
There's still this entrance here, but I think that leads close to the temple.
是的。遵命。什么？是出遵命。是的，出发。出发。请下命令，出发。准备好了。 准备好，请是的。出发，遵命。出发。是的。想开战，请下遵命。 出发，遵命。是的。
Okay, not too bad.
请下。
I think maybe I lost one halberdier there through a bit of carelessness.
准备好了。什么？出遵命。
That's a bit scary. There's a lot of Dao swordsmen here. They are tanky. I don't think I have anything that properly counters them.
请下命令。好的，请下命令。是的。
I don't. I actually don't have a good counter to these guys. Okay.
请下命令。遵命。
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that leads into the temple. It does. Okay. Them getting dragged in? Not good. Okay. We have to drag these guys out without getting either of these guys or these guys involved.
是的，出发，遵命。出发。是的，出发。遵命。
Okay, I want them in a defensive stance.
准备好了。出发。
We'll see if we can drag them out.
出发，遵命，遵命，出发，遵命，出发，遵命，出发，遵命，出发，攻击，开战，请下命令，出发，攻击，是的，什么？攻击，请下遵命，出发，遵命，什么？请下命令，遵命。
Yeah, that's good. Managed to drag out the cav.
是的，什么？
I don't really have any good ideas here.
遵命，出发。准备好，出发。
I think I might just take a couple down.
是的。出发，遵命。
Okay, they're a bit too strong.
出发，遵命。什么？出发。攻击，开战。请下遵命。请下命令。什么？准备好了，遵命。出遵
I
命。
might see if I can
出发，
instead.
遵命。是的，出发，遵命。
Okay.
出发，遵命。出发。是的。什么？出发。遵命。攻击，开战。请下命令。遵命。准备好了。什么？是的。请下命令，出发。好的，遵命，出发，遵命，出发。请下命令。遵命。是的。准备就绪，出发。请下遵命。 是的，遵命，出发。什么？遵命。是的。是的，准备好了。下命令，请下命令，请下命令。什么？
Yeah, that worked out relatively well. So I've still got 3 or 4 units here to be careful of, plus those flying tigers.
准备就绪，出发。是的，是的。遵命，出发。遵命。是，请下命令。好的，请下命令。遵命。什么？遵命。出发。准备好了，出发。请下命。遵命。出发。遵命。遵命。什么？什么？攻击！请求遵命。出发好了。准备好了。准备好了。请什么？是的。准备好了。是的。什么？
We should be able to tank that.
准备，请下命令。准备好了。出发，遵命。攻击！什么？攻击！请下命令。是的，出发。是出发，是的。准备好了。出发。出发，遵命。遵命。出发，遵命。遵命。出发，准备遵命。出发。是什么？
He will heal up pretty quick.
好了。遵命出发。
And we want to try and grab these guys.
请下出发，遵命出发，遵命，遵命。是的，出发，遵命，出发。什么？遵命。准备好了。准备出发。遵命。
Okay, now I've got a lot of Yatsa here, and I will need them.
遵命，出发。遵命。什么？出发。
Yeah, from memory, there are a whole bunch of them. Whole bunch of them up here. But there's Cav there as well. However, 3 Baihu will be pretty good. So I should get my human soldiers to target all of the swordsmen. These will come into play, but once these guys are gone, hopefully I can get 2 or 3 of them to just go charge the Cav. And the answer should just stay there. But I've seen this before, and I'm not convinced. Might just be better to take it bit by bit. It's a good little skirmish. Didn't end up taking too many casualties then. Just chip away at this. So there are just so many heavy fire archers that you'll get sucked in. You can easily get overwhelmed here.
出发，遵命。是的，出发，出发，遵命。准备就出发。什么？出发。是的，遵命。请下命令。准备好了。出发。遵命。出发。遵命。好的。是的，遵命。出发，请下命。遵命，请下命令。遵命。是的。出发，遵命。出发，遵命。开战！出发，出发，遵命。出发，准备好了。冲向攻击，请出遵命。开战！出发，请下命令。遵命。出发，遵命。
That wasn't great.
下命出发，遵命。出发，准备好了。是的，遵命。
That was okay, it wasn't great.
什么？
Needed to get these guys to barrel over those cav a lot quicker. But the halberdiers did manage to engage
什么？请下命令。
the cav
是
pretty successfully.
出发，遵命。准备好了。什么？出发，请下命。遵命。是的，出发。什么？遵命。请出发。 请下命令，出发，遵命，出发，准备，遵命，出发。遵命，出发。
We're just going to stay right here.
请遵命，出发，遵命。出发。是的。
These Teoti are pretty tanky as well.
准备好了。什么？遵命。是的。请下准备什么？是的。什么？准备好了，请下命出发。遵命。出发。遵命。
So we'll enter the temple.
This is the ancient temple. The god trap should be at its center.
Where is the god trap? It is not here.
It is not here. And that could only mean one thing. Chiyo must have stolen it.
His army has gathered at the pillar. We must strike now to take it back.
准备好了，出遵命，出发。
Train an army from these temple buildings.
什么？遵命。请下命令。准备好了。是的。准备好了。请出遵命，出发。遵命，出发。遵命。
That'll pretty much cover all of the northern section. Then there's still a fair bit here in the south. Now, as for the upgrades... Okay, that's useless. All that's useless. It's probably better to go heavy. And get some armory upgrades, I think. I don't have that many Dao swordsmen, so that's not helpful. Probably Divine Judgment and heavy... Wherever heavy is.
什么？
And then I still got a lot of food. And some wood. That's enough to probably get me a Baihu, and that'll do it, I think.
是的，请出遵命，出发。遵命出发。 遵命。
The gods bless us with lightning weapons.
遵命。出发。
There's not really much else I can build. The only other thing would probably be getting some extra armor, which wouldn't be all that bad. I think probably the heavy upgrade's probably a little better though. Extra hit points, more damage, bit of extra LOS, and a bit more on the attack range. So I think that's probably a lot more worth it. Or worth it a lot more.
准备好什么？
Okay, so we want to clear out this bottom corner and this little eastern sector before we go through. While we're waiting for the heroes to make a return, we got heavy white horse cav in both sections. We got a lot of Teodi. That's monstrous. And a Taowu as well. The Taowu isn't that strong, but it is very tanky. Whereas the Teodi, I think, is a bit, 30 as opposed to 24. This one's better at... When I first saw them, I was like, what's the difference? But this one's probably better at crushing buildings. Whereas this one devours units. So... I will be given a Great Flood. It will be nerfed, though. The only thing I can't really deal with is these Dao Swordsmen. So I'm going to have to rely on my myth units, my Baihu here, to be able to take them on. I've got counters for pretty much everything else. Archers aren't too bad if I get the Yatze in there. They've got high pierce armor. They can deal with them relatively easily. But there's a lot going on here. Oh yeah, and I want to chuck you in. And then plus 5% myth unit speed. Could be helpful. Could be helpful. I want to keep you guys at the back. And from memory, this is just a little loop, but we do get access to a potential myth unit here. Where are my heroes? Okay, so they'll passively heal each other. I don't think I lost that many units. I did lose a couple of halberdiers, a couple of javelineers, got all my sages, kept the pioneer, and I'm pretty sure I still have all my myth units. That is a huge chunker. Huge. So then that should just loop around here and we should be good to go. I think you three should be able to tank or take on whatever's left here. This is looking like the final army. Wouldn't mind getting some resources from potentially these leftover buildings. That's alright.
遵命。请下命令。
I'm pretty sure there's one statue left.
准备好了。
That'll probably be just over here. So we'll have potentially 1 Vanish, 3 lightning weapons, and 1 Fey Beast.
请下命令。遵命。出发。遵命。
Potentially
We
2.
have been granted the power of Fey beasts.
Okay, lovely.
出发。遵命。
That is going to be a solid tank.
准备好了。遵命。出发。
Okay.
遵命。
Now I remember on the left side, well sorry, the bottom side here and the northern side here, there are some units that can be captured. So we will try to grab them.
出发。遵命。出发。遵命。是出发。是出发。遵命。
The mighty god of waters grants us his great flood.
And somehow that's not even all the statues. Okay.
请下命令。遵命。什么？出发。遵命。什么？遵命。出发。遵命。
Now, from memory, Great Flood wasn't super duper. What's the word? Damaging. So we have to sort of think this through. What else is there? A couple of Tiger Cav. No, I'm pretty happy with the choices that I got.
准备出发。什么？准备出发。什么？
So I'm going to sweep this top side here. I'm trying to remember what was over here. I think it was more units. So I'm going to try and sweep this top side. And when I pop through here, I'm going to use electric weapons and a Fey Beast and a Great Flood. Although Great Flood should probably go from here straight down. So we'll give that a
请下
shot.
命令。遵命。遵命。是的。出发。
And then I'll just try and micro as necessary.
遵命。准备好了。准备好了。
The reason I want to use Great Flood is because, like, those units are sort of stunned and swept away, and I'm not sure if it's probably better to use it here. Let's go for it.
请遵命。是出发。是的。什么？出发。遵命。开战。
That basically is how these things were magic. Let's free it.
Okay, so it just shoved them all across.
准备好了。
Okay, I need you guys on the Teote.
是出发。遵命。准备好了。出发。遵命。出发。遵命。将出发。进。 请下命令出发。
Okay, what's happened to me ranks?
准备好了。
Okay, we lost all the yachts there. Beautiful. The Great Flood didn't do all that much damage. to any of this. Not really. It did, however, sort of pretty much wipe out this tower, and over here's a Hundun. That's right. Temporarily banish and terrify enemy units. It is very tanky, and we got some Tiger Cav, so we will be looking to try and free that. That is a lot of myth units though. And I have no more extra favor. I reckon 2 lots of Fey Beasts and sort of just run straight up. They killed them all way too quickly.
Fate has its decree.
That was not good at all. That was a terrible Fey Beast.
什么？遵命，出发！出发！是的。遵命，出发！请下命令。啊！是的。攻击。准备好了。
Okay, now we'll run away.
是的，出发。是的。准备好了。什么？遵命，出发。请下命。遵命。
Okay, so we should be able to wipe that out without much issue. We will need the heroes and the sages on these myth units, and then, okay, apart from some Dao swordsmen, we should be able to knock that out. What's he got here? Heavy white cav. They're going to be a pain in the ass.
什么？请下命令，准备出发。是的。 遵命。是的，攻击，开战。下命令。是的。什么？出发，开战。什么？是的。请下命令。
Yep, that's it. Target those myth units down. Good, good, good. And once we take out these myth units, guys need to target those Dao swordsmen.
全遵命。好的，请下命令。
This is a 混沌, a being of pure chaos. Our enemies trapped it with magic to prevent it from using its powers.
Okay, so we have grabbed some extra allies.
准备就绪。
I'd maybe like to use the Hundan and then just sort of keep the Tiger Cav.
请遵命。好的，出发。什么？
It might just be better to have them in the army.
出发。什么？出发。开战。准备好了，攻击。是的。请下命，遵命。下命。是的。 是的，出发。遵命。是的，请下命令。准备开战，遵命，攻击。准备好了，出发。遵命。好的，是否遵命？出发。出发。
Okay, that's a solid effort.
请遵命。出发。
And just to fully complete it, we'll sort of run up the right side here, and we should be able to sweep everything.
是的。
This army should be strong enough to be able to take this and that. Maybe not the Citadel.
"准备好了。
So we've still got 3 Baihu left. Still got the big chunky boy.
什么？请下命令。什么？
Archers have
是
still
的，出发。
pretty strong.
准备好了。请下命
Or
令。
the Javeliniers, I guess you could say.
出发。遵命。出发。遵命。出发。
We'll get up to this point, and that's nothing much. So whatever's on the side here, we'll be able to grab that with us.
准备就绪。是的。遵命。出发。遵命。
Another Hundan.
准备好了。请下命令，出发攻击，遵命出发。准备就遵命，好的，是的，请下命令，准备就绪，好的。
And this is probably why it's better to get some armor or some upgrades for them, because that'll affect all your units as opposed to just
是的，请下命令，
a single line. So it's probably better to get the armory upgrades, to be honest.
出发。
Units will last a little longer.
遵命出发，请下命令。遵命，准备好了，出发。开始，请下命令出发。遵命，准备出发。出发。
We have been granted the power.
是的，请下命令，攻击。什么？是的。遵命，
Okay, now let's go for it.
请下命令。
these tanky myth units, we should easily be able to sweep through this. There you have it. There we go, the God Trap is now completed. So yeah, I think the general strategy for that scenario is to sort of be conservative. Use your Pioneer very, very strongly, or sorry, very, very frequently, to be able to scout out those god statues, as well as what the enemy has and where they're located. If you just sort of walk in there blindly, you will get shredded. By playing conservatively, you can sort of keep units back that are going to be vulnerable, and you'll have a little more units every time you face the next bunch of enemies. So if you get your unit matchups right, your micro right, your scouting right, you'll eventually end up with a bit of an army. You'll go to the temple. Probably better to either grab a line upgrades or armory upgrades, as they affect pretty much all of your units except for maybe myth units, as opposed to just 1 or 2 units, or a specific line of units like heavy infantry or heavy archers. And then at the end you can sort of use all of those god powers to sort of give you the advantage, and it's probably better to just take it piece by piece. So this is more of a puzzle type scenario. So each individual bit that you take out, or each part of the army that you take out, is another piece of the puzzle that's solved. And then, yeah, with adequate scouting on either side, you'll get a Hun done on both sides at least, plus some Chukonu and some Cav, and with their tankiness, you should be able to get to the top of the hill there and then fight your way through. Any questions, queries, or comments, please let me know in the comment section down below. And as always, thanks for watching.